welcome back to Elders Boxing. We back with another one. So we got, we already know we got a big fight week today. Well, a big fight day. We're gonna cover all the fights and the times and stuff like that. Just to give everybody a refresher where you guys can find the fights and stuff like that. I know it's a busy day, so we may get lost in that. But before I do that, I want to salute everybody coming through the building. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Feel free to follow me on my social media, scrolling across the bottom, Twitter @OverJ, Instagram Does Boxing. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. We had a fight card early this morning in Australia. I want to go over it real quick and just touch bases on that. Then we're gonna go over the start times for today's fights and stuff like that. Let you guys know where you can find the times and everything like that. So we're gonna get it popping. My man JC in the building. What's good with you, bro? Trey X in the building. Salute. What's good? Armando, what's good with you, bro? Salute to you. So we had a card earlier today on the Zone in Australia. It was a big fight card for me because I want to see what Paro brings to the table. Paro is number 2 in the WBO rankings at 140, and that's like the highest division in boxing right now. And I want to see what he brought to the table. I mean, he stopped Jarvis in the first round. Jarvis was moving up in weight. This is like his 7th division he fought in. That's crazy. And he moved up 2 divisions from his last fight where he got dropped in that fight. But he was an aggressive guy. The style clash was Paro as a boxer, southpaw. Jarvis was trying to get in his chest and fight. And it worked out bad for him because Paro landed a nice, clean left hand. He landed 2, but he set up with a jab. He threw two jabs before the sequence. Then he threw a left hand straight down the pipe. Then he changed the angle of that left hand and kind of threw it around the guard. That was the last shot right there. So, I mean, he put himself in position. I mean, number 2 in the WBO, we know Josh Taylor still got that belt, but he should be vacating any time now. You know what I'm saying? I know he's supposed to face Jack Collarado, but that may be at a catch weight, like 143. So that title becomes vacant. You'll see Liam Paro, number 2 versus number 1, Teofimo Lopez. We know Teofimo coming back in December, looking like it's going to be against Pedraza. So yeah, so that's a good win though. Good statement. You know what I'm saying? That knockout can be around for a while, and a lot of people that don't know him can get to know him. So that's a good performance by him. Scott Nicholson was on the card. She outclassed her opponent. Easy work. You know what I'm saying? That was real easy work. She's a good boxer. You know what I'm saying? She don't really give you too much. She got decent power, but she don't really sit down on her punches like that. She dropped the girl with like a little short left hook, look like a jab almost. But she can box though. She can give girls some fits. She got good size, range and distance. We'll see. Like she's in the same weight class as Amanda Serrano. So if she want to be world champion, that's who she got to go through. So and girls like Erica Cruz, who's a WBA champion. So we'll see. But she looked good though. Tapia, he got the victory over Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? That was a clear decision victory for him. You know what I'm saying? He kind of outboxed my man, beat him to every point. Dempsey McKean, the heavyweight, he beat Corte. That fight was kind of ugly, but Dempsey McKean landed some nice uppercuts, and then he stopped him in the 4th round. So he put his name in position maybe to get like even an AJ fight. You know what I'm saying? He's with Matchroom, so maybe like Shazor, well not Shazor, but AJ or any of those up and coming heavyweights. Maybe Philip Herkovic, he looking for a fight. So yeah, so that was this morning though. It was pretty decent. They had a nice little crowd too. They had Scott Nicholson by decision, plus 175. I thought it was too good to be true. I passed on it. Yeah. Now she ain't stopping nobody. She a good boxer though. Jarvis got work. Yeah, he did. Yeah. I got up early to watch the card. Ben Cameron hands. Yeah, he did. That was crazy. Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. Tapia. Yeah, he did. I thought it was like 8 rounds to 2, 9 to 1. Yeah, he dominated. Yep. So we'll see what happens with Paro, man. Does he stay busy? Do we just wait for Tio or whatnot? I told him to go to the WBO convention this month. The fighters need to go to the convention so they can put their name in the hat. All right, this card right here is in the UK. It's actually on right now. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat if you guys want to go check it out. Feel free, tap in. This is a Probellum card headlined by one of the McGrail brothers. You know what I'm saying? They call him They call him the Lomachenko or whatever. I don't know, but he's stepping up though. He's facing Espinoza. That's a good step up. And then Jazza Dickens is coming back versus Delamani for the vacant IBO title at featherweight. So for some world rankings, but I dropped that link in the chat. If you guys want to tap in with that card right there. Like I said, it's boxing all over the world today and shit like that. So it's a lot of fights. If you just want to buy your time, you know what I'm saying. The prelims is on right now. That's a link I dropped. So that's what it is. Man, boxing biker in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. All right, so I'm gonna give you some start times of this Carissa Shields and Savannah Marshall card. So it's gonna start 2:30 on the East Coast, 11:30 on the West Coast. So it's about another within the hour. It's about to start. So they got 4 fights. Actually, they got 5 fights on the card. You're gonna see what's her name. I'm gonna get to it real quick. You got Karis Ingerstall on the card. She's a Olympic silver medalist. She's gonna be the first fight up. Then Caroline Dubois, she's another Olympian. She's gonna be second up. You got Lauren Price, and then she's an Olympic gold medalist. So those 3 ladies gonna be in kind of like showcase fights. You know what I'm saying? Trying to build them. And then you're gonna get to the co-main event, which everybody want to see. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ready for this one, even more than the main event. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, you got Michaela Mayer versus Alicia Baumgartner. So that fight right there is crazy. The build up been crazy. Y'all seen the weigh in, how shit went down. I'm just ready for the fight. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be crazy. I like Michaela Mayer in the fight. I think Alicia Baumgartner can win the fight though. Like she definitely can win with her athletic ability, her boxing. She can walk Michaela into some shots. She can definitely win the fight. And then the main event, Carissa Shields versus Savannah Marshall. This longer weighted as well. I think it's gonna be a good one too. I think it's gonna be kind of tactical though. But I believe Carissa Shields' hand speed, her defense, is gonna end up, winning a clear decision against Savannah Marshall. I do want to see her get hit though with one of those big shots to see how she responds. If so they saying Savannah's this big puncher and stuff like that. I do want to see that. You know what I'm saying? I want to see how she react to it. But if she don't get hit, and if she don't get hit, she's gonna dominate. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at the level of competition and how these ladies step up to the plate in big fights. You gotta go with Carissa on all that. I know everybody's enamored with the power of Savannah Marshall. I don't even think they enamored with that. They just want to see Carissa Shields lose. That's what that is. I don't think they really care about what Savannah Marshall brings to the table because she don't speak, she don't say nothing, she don't do nothing to wow you. But it's a rivalry. You know what I'm saying? It's a big fight card, and I'm looking forward to it for sure. So that's within the hour. So y'all tap in. So once again, that's 2:30 on the East Coast, 11:30 on the West Coast. All right. So ESPN Plus, they're gonna be busy today. This is the Haney Cambosis 2 card. You can see the times right there. So the undercard is gonna start. So the undercard has. I'm gonna put that up there. So the undercard only have 3 fights. You know what I'm saying? You got Shanika Johnson. She's gonna defend her IBF title, 122 pounds, versus Susie Ramadan, former world champion, veteran in the sport. Then you got the Maloney brothers. You got Andrew Maloney. He's gonna face Norberto Jimenez. That's at 115. You know what I'm saying? That's a big fight for some world rankings. And then you got a WC eliminator with Jason Maloney versus Napan Sanramasai. That's a good fight, man. Y'all go check those odds. I don't know if Trey's still in the building, but those odds right there, you may want to look at because I think Napan, he's a live dog in that fight. Even Norberto Jimenez, in my opinion, both guys got good tough fights. You know what I'm saying? So that's on the undercard. It's gonna start at 8 o'clock. I believe it's 8 o'clock on the East Coast. So it's just 3 fights on the undercard. 8 o'clock on the East Coast, 5 o'clock on the West Coast. And then when it switch over to ESPN, or you can stay on ESPN Plus to watch these fights. They only got 1 fight. That's Devin Haney versus Cambosa. So it's not gonna be too crazy. So look at how that shit lining up. The main event right here probably bump heads with Caleb Plant versus Darrell. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. it may bump heads with them. So because Wilder probably ain't gonna walk to the ring maybe about 11:30, 12 o'clock, depending how the card go. So that's probably the only bumping heads right there. But still, I want to see what Devin Haney brings to the table. I seen him at the weigh-in yesterday. He ain't look his best, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully he refueled and everything is good with him. Cambosis, he got to win this fight. He got to fight a different fight. He got to be more aggressive. He got to be defensive responsible when he been aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Because Devin is a good counter puncher, and he better than him in all aspects of the building. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's gonna be a good one. He said, "I'm cooking, but I'm in the building." Man, I appreciate that, bro, for sure. Yeah, I was talking about the odds for the Maloney brothers fights. I don't know if you had anything on that, because I think both those guys, they in the fights, they probably can lose. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so those are times right there, and then we have the Wilder Helens pay-per-view. So they got the prelims. The prelims gonna start on FS1 at 7 o'clock on the East Coast, 4 o'clock on the West Coast. You got a couple of fights on there. Then you got the pay-per-view portion. We're gonna touch on all those fights. This is the full card right here. I'm not sure if you guys can see all of it. Off TV, you got prospects. Michael Angeletti versus Jeremy Adorno. I wish that was on TV actually. That's a good fight. Giovanni Brazon versus James Evans. I like Brazon though. He a good Cuban fighter. He came up short against Perro, but he can fight. Keyshawn Williams, another good prospect. Miguel Ramon. So that's off TV. I wish we can see all of them. But starting with FS1, so you got a big heavyweight fight. Jurgen Hovanesian versus Michael Crawford. You see Michael Crawford right there. He 296. I think that's his career high, career heavy. Um, that's crazy. I don't know when he I don't know when he got the notice for this fight, but that's a crazy weight. But he's coming back. He had a win after he had two losses against Johnny Rice, but he came back with a little victory, and he coming in with this undefeated heritage guy. This guy I think he was a highly touted amateur. I seen him fight for Armenia. He's trained with Joe Goosen. He's a big 6'7", like 275 type of guy. So you gonna see two big guys going at it. We'll see. It's gonna open up the show on FS1. I actually took Andrew Maloney. Okay, Andrew Maloney. He probably I think he probably more of a favorite than I don't know. Both guys in tough fights to me. My man Jimenez can fight, even though he got 9 losses. I mean, he was on a real high winning streak. I thought he beat Daniel Nietzsche last year, but I don't know. Those both big fights for those guys, and the undercard is kind of decent for Haney Cambosis. So we'll see with this fight right here, FS1. This is the first fight. The second one, you got Michelle Rivera. He's kind of stepping down in competition. He's going to face Jerry Perez. You know what I'm saying? Can't really get a big fight. You know what I'm saying? He said he don't think he's 6'7". Yeah, he looked more like he was on the undercard. Damn, what fight I went to? I seen him live. He was on the undercard of Donaire versus Gaballo in December. Yeah, he don't. He tall, but he don't feel like. Yeah, I don't see him. I don't know if he's 6'7" or not, but he's pretty big though. He's pretty big in person for sure. But Rivera, so he looking to stay active. I know he was trying to get the Tank Davis sweepstakes, and he was having some. They wanted him to face guys like Frank Martin, and they want him to go through a gauntlet and fight the young guys, but he feel like he's in a position to face Tank, and he won a WBA eliminator, so this is an 8-round fight. So we'll see how he look if he keep his confidence and everything is good. But Rivera versus Perez, so Perez lost to Frank Martin. Frank Martin stopped him in the bubble. So we're gonna be people that really follow boxing and follow what's going on. They're gonna try to compare Michelle Rivera's performance, to Frank Martin. So we'll see. Hovanesian, yeah, I think he get the victory too. Yeah. That 297, that's way too much to me. He when he lost to So basically, I think he may be about damn near 30 pounds. 20. I think it's about 27 pounds from his last fight. I don't know. I gotta go look back, look at it. All right, still on FS1. You got Vito Manicoli versus Limber Ponce. Ponce fought, but both guys fought last year on Christmas, but Ponce fought Joey Spencer and got stopped. So, they still building up Vito. He's campaigning at 154. He's fighting for a minor WBA title, so they maybe can get him some rankings. So we're gonna see, man. He kind of up and down to me. We see him too much, I feel like. I feel like he been in the spotlight too much, and I don't know if he had really time to develop, like fighting off TV and stuff like that. You probably say all his fights been on TV. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. But Vito's back though. You know what I'm saying? Vito brings a good crowd, Polish crowd. So I guess like international guys gonna turn up, and he do have a decent fan base in that area, that tri-state area. He from New Jersey, but he can bring them up. So I guess that's the reason why he's on the card. My man Cal in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. All right, so now we're gonna move on to the pay-per-view portion. Now this is gonna start 9 o'clock on the East Coast, 6 o'clock on the West Coast. So you're gonna start with a title eliminator, IBF title eliminator, the number 2 spot. You got Gary Antonio Russell versus Manny Rodriguez, the former IBF champion. The number 1 spot is gonna go down November the 5th on PBC. You got Ashalabio versus Papatov. Ashalabio is the guy that beat Rigo in February, so he gonna be number 1. So they trying to put themselves in position. So when anyway, and we're expecting anyway to beat Butler December the 13th for undisputed at 118. We're expecting him to move up right after that. So these guys will be in line. So this is basically a final eliminator because whoever wins this gonna fight for a world title next. Looking at the weights, I mean, it's kind of it's eye opening because Antonio came in at 116.5. So that's like telling me he probably can make 15 if he really wanted to. And it's like a much deeper division at 115 right now. Anyway, on his way up. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only real big fight. But he can go down and get somebody like, hypothetically, Bam Rodriguez, Chocolatito, Estrada winner, put himself in position to fight one of those top guys. Even Fernando Martinez, who fought last week on the PBC show. You know what I'm saying? So maybe damn, that's a low weight. But those Russell brothers always come in low. Even Antoine, he was like 137 for his last fight. So I don't really take too much into this. This is a rematch. The first fight ended with a head clash, only 16 seconds. So there's really nothing to take from that shit. We know Antonio trying to get inside and fight. He fight just like the his other 2 brothers. But he probably don't get, and not the biggest puncher like the other ones, but he's aggressive too. You know what I'm saying? Strong. He tried to get in the inside and bang with you. Rodriguez is a counter puncher, boxer counter puncher. So he's gonna want to keep it at a nice little distance, mid range, and counter puncher. We'll see if he can be able to stop my man from getting inside or make him pay for getting inside. So that's a good fight though. You know what I'm saying? That's a good fight for the division. Then you got a heavyweight fight, Frank Sanchez versus Carlos Negron. Now, Frank Sanchez come in 247. I think that's the biggest of his career. I remember he was like at like 230s and stuff like that. Now he 247. He got a new trainer, Joe Goosen. So we're gonna see how that mesh. Facing Carlos Negron, who's probably like a opponent type of guy. You know what I'm saying? He's been stopped a couple of times. He's 6'6", big, rangy, tall guy. But I think this is more about Frank Sanchez. This fight was supposed to happen on New Year's on the Ortiz and Charles Martin undercard, but Negron tested positive for COVID, so they got it back on. Frank Sanchez is number 3 in the WBC, number 3 in the WBO, and he about to be number 2 in the WBO because Parker is number 2. So once they do their new rankings, they're gonna put him number 2. So that's a pot. He can possibly get a Joe Joyce fight if Joe Joyce not getting a world title shot next. So Frank Sanchez is right there. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. This is a fight I expect Frank Sanchez to win, but I want to see him look impressive though. I thought he looked good against Efe, but the fight he had against Christian Hammer, he didn't look that good to me. So we'll see. Then you got the co-main. So this has been a nice little build up. Caleb Plant versus Anthony Durrell, 168. This is a WBC eliminator. Hopefully the winner gets Benavidez. I know Benavidez already fought Durrell, so I'm really hoping for Caleb Plant. I'd rather see that just to mix it up, but I don't really care who wins. This can be a good fight, man. I can see it real tactical though. Durrell gonna be the one, the aggressive. I think he's gonna be the aggressive guy coming forward, and Plant gonna be boxing. Durrell had issues with Cameron Davis, who ironically is got the same trainer as Caleb Plant now. Caleb Plant switched trainers. He's with Breadman Edwards, so maybe he can do some of that stuff too. But we'll see how it plays out, man. I don't think nobody can stop. Anthony Durrell is a good fighter. He fights in spurts, though. He's kind of at the tail end of his career. I would say he's definitely the bigger puncher. But Caleb Plant, I think the speed. I think it's gonna be the speed, the head speed, quick left hooks, jabs, and stuff like that. Durrell, he cut easily too. He got a lot of scar tissue. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. Caleb Plant was cut in his last fight. So it's a good fight though. Definitely for the division. The build up been good. These guys is pretty even in all the stats and shit. So we'll see. I like the fight though. I would pick Caleb Plant to win by decision. And then you got the main event, Deontay Wilder versus Robert Helenius. Another interesting fight, storylines with it. I know we see the weight. Everybody's saying, "Oh, he 214, man." Look, to me, we know Deontay brain knockouts and shit. The last time he been this low, I think boxing fans, we got short memories. The last time, 2 times he was this low, he said he was sick. You know what I'm saying? Now I hope that's not the case. I'm not putting that on him. I'm just saying he said he was sick against Ortiz, the first one, and then Fury, the first fight. He said he was sick. He even said he lost some weight coming into the Fury fight. So I don't know, but people think that's his optimal weight. I think the 220s, like 223, 224, 220, I think that's his optimal weight. That's where his biggest knockouts came. And he still was mobile. He still was fluid and moving around and shit like that. PDH Big Dog in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Salute. So, yeah, it's cool. He coming in lean and mean at 214, but I don't think that's like his optimal weight. Because I seen his three best knockouts. Y'all can put it in the chat. Y'all still in. Feel free to tap in. But for me, his three best knockouts is Spilka, Lakovic, and Kelvin Price. All those three of those fights, he was between 223 and 228. If you want to throw in Dominique Brazil, he was 223. So, I don't know. He's knocking shit out anyway, no matter what height, no matter what weight he's at. I'm just saying, 214 is not his prime weight to me. That's just me. But it looked like he in shape, bro. It looked like he ready. And you looking at the weights, you can tell what these guys trying to do. Helenius is 253. So that's like what, 7 pounds more than the Kanaki fight, the second Kanaki fight. I think it's like maybe 15 pounds more than the first fight. He was 238 versus Kanaki in the first fight. You know what I'm saying? So he said Severn 2. I think Severn 2, he was like 220, but still, I still like that weight for him. You know what I'm saying? I still like that weight. Like when he was 214, he said he was sick. You know what I'm saying? So after the fight, he said he was sick. So is he going to tell us he was sick after this fight, being at 214? I'm just saying. At 220, 222, 220, he wasn't sick. He didn't. I ain't hear him never say that. He probably broke his hand, but he never said he was like sick or something. So we'll see though. That probably doesn't much to do about nothing though. I just had to address it a little bit. But that people asking me that shit. But Helene is coming in at 53, so he even said he may try to use some of the Fury tactics. That means he's gonna have to get close. The problem with that though, he's not as mobile as Fury, and his guard is too open, and he get hit. He right there in front of Deontay. I seen the Gerald Washington fight. They was right in front of each other. He wasn't giving no angles. He wasn't disguising his attack. He was just standing right in front of him and pulling his head straight back. So whoever can catch the other one first, that's the one who got clipped, and that was him. So I expect, Wilder to be quicker than him and probably beat him to the punch. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the right hand is going to come into play. But we'll see, though. You know what I'm saying? So it's a stacked day of boxing, man. Like, as a boxing fan, I don't know how anybody can complain about this. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know. I mean, it may run into each other with the Haney and Wilder card may run into each other, but not the main events. You know what I'm saying? So I'm cool with it. I can't wait for it. Definitely the women's fight though. The women's fight about to start in the next 30 minutes. Actually, I'm gonna do a recap just to remind everybody so y'all can feel free, tap in. It's all good. Um, so right now we got this card, this Pro Bellum right here. I had put the link in the chat earlier. You guys want to scroll up and get that. This little, club show type of feel. Jazza Dickens is back, so it's a little small card. This way you can catch the Carissa Shields, Savannah Marshall. So they got 5 fights on the card, but those first 3 fights is like prospects, those Olympians. Karis Ingerstall is fighting, you know what I'm saying? You got Caroline Dubois on the card, and then you got Lauren Price. So those fights, probably like 6 rounders and stuff like that. And then handicap boosters on the card is going to start at 8 o'clock on the East Coast. It's going to be on ESPN Plus as well. And then the main card is just one fight, Haney versus Cambosis. That's going to be 10:30 East Coast. So they'll probably walk to the ring like, 10:40 or something like that, 10:45. And that may clash just a little bit with the Plant versus Darrell fight. They should be in that fight by that time. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the Wilder card. The prelim starts at 7 on the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? Those fights I touched on. Michelle Rivera. You got Coffee versus Hovanesian. And then you got Vito Melnicki. And then the pay-per-view starts at 9 o'clock on East Coast, 6 o'clock on the West. So that's your full day right there. Full day of boxing, man. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be crazy. He said boxing is a heaven sent. Yeah, bro. I can't wait. I'm about to go ahead and get ready for it right now. Salute to everybody coming through the building once again. If you guys need some, need times again, y'all can hit me on my social media. That's probably the quickest way. Or you can just drop a comment in one of my videos. I'll try to respond to you. You can hit me up on Twitter at OverJ, Instagram, L Does Boxing. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully everybody enjoyed the fights today. That's my time, and I'm out.